Hey guys, it's Jessica Hayes. So this week's video is going to be a full face makeup tutorial on this look. Swampy, mustardy, kind of grungy eyeball look. So if you want to see how it's done, then keep watching. Okay, so I have been using a different foundation combination lately. I am using the Supergoop 100% matte mineral sunscreen, and this kind of gives a little bit of a pore minimizing blurring effect as well. It is more of a matte sunscreen. I used to use the Supergoop CD serum, which is a little more moisturizing, but with this new foundation that I'm using, the matte one works better. So the new foundation that I've been using a lot lately is the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder Youth Boosting Perfect Skin Foundation SPF 15, which is awesome that it's got SPF in it. I really need to clean my brushes. Half of them are all white and black from Halloween makeup last month. So I'm just going to take the Kat Von D brush and I'm going to be lazy and squirt my foundation straight onto it because whatever. So this foundation is a little more of a dewy finish. That's why I like the matte sunscreen underneath it, but it's really nice and sheer. It's not super sheer, but it's pretty sheer compared to what I was using before. For some reason, my skin has been really good lately, so I'm just trying to keep it that way by not applying too heavy a foundation to it. It's just really nice and glowy and dewy, and I just really like it a lot. That's the color 2. And I have also been using this Milk Makeup Flex Concealer and really loving that as well. This is the shade Fair. I also have the shade Creme as well. Creme's just a little bit lighter than my skin color. This is pretty much spot on to my actual skin color. I'm just gonna use my foundation brush to tap that in underneath my eyes. So I have been using a concealer that's pretty close to my own natural skin color. I've noticed I was sometimes over highlighting my eye area, and just for more of an everyday look, I don't really think that that's super necessary. So I've been liking this shade of concealer. It's still just a tad lighter than the rest of my skin, but I can also use it on my skin to cover blemishes because it's not too light. And usually I always powder after I've done all of my eyes, but I'm just going to do all of my basic ones. This Milk Makeup Blur and Set Matte Loose Setting Powder. Oh my gosh, it's sorcery, you guys. It's so nice and not too dry. I've never been super duper obsessed with any setting powders. I don't usually use setting powders very much because I feel like they just accentuate my lines, but I saw this on It's Likely Makeup's YouTube and it was so visible how well it just concealed any pores as well. So I just lightly dust that on, and this is actually the Wet n Wild brush. I've been loving this brush for just a little powder fluff all over. Brush my brows up a little bit with the end of the spoolie and just press it a little bit as well, just to make sure that you're cleaning out any foundation from the eyebrow too. Lately I have been absolutely loving these Lime Crime Bushy Brows. This is like a felt tip pen. So this color Smoky is really great for a super dark but ashy brunette or black hair. So just lightly swipe that through my eyebrows, anywhere where my microblading doesn't cover. I don't want a super harsh brow today. I did shave off a little bit of the ends of my tail, so I just like to add a few little hair strokes through there. Then I've been taking the Lime Crime Bushy Brow in the same color Smoky. The reason why I like this is because it's got a really nice fine little tip. So if I can't be bothered doing the felt tip pen or some other brow filler, I just kind of smush that into areas that need a little bit of extra filler. But today I'm just going to use it just to comb my eyebrows up a little bit to make them a little more bushy. The reason why I really like this product is because it is hard to find a black that's not too brownish or that isn't too jet black, because I don't want my eyebrows to be as black as my hair, but I just love how this color smoky is really cool undertone. I'm gonna go ahead and pop a little bit of the e.l.f. primer onto my eyeballs. And then I guess I need to decide what kind of eye look that I'm going to do. I've wanted to do for a while just a khaki and mustard eye. I did buy these two Makeup Geek shadows specifically to do that, and I haven't gotten around to it yet, so why not do that today? I'm gonna use this color Preppy, which is definitely a medium brownish tone, but it does have a little of an olivey undertone to it. So I'm gonna use that to buff through the crease of the eye for starters. I'm gonna switch over to a bigger, fluffier brush. This is the S175 from Cosette, just to get that blend out a little more. Next, I'm going to take this color High Tea and the Cosette 200 brush, and I'm going to start by adding that khaki color to the outer crease of the eye. Just going to pop a little bit on the edge of our brush there and just start by sweeping that into the crease. Next, I'm going to take the Urban Decay 24/7 Perversion Liner and start to line the inside rim of my eye and just bring that down the lash line just a little bit, not too much. I'm going to take that little Cosette pencil brush and just smudge that into the lash line as well. Remember, when you do your second eye, you're already going to have a lot of product, that black eyeliner on the brush, so you don't need to add as much black eyeliner over this side. I'm going to take the star of the show, and this is Saucebox Daffodil on this Cosette 225 brush, and I'm going to use that on the lid of the eye. This is the perfect poopy mustardy shade. I love just wearing this all over the lid as is. For under the eye, just to add a little more depth with that green, because it's kind of looking a little brownish on top, I'm going to take this color Dirty Martini, and I'll show you that next to High Tea, so you can see it's a little more greeny, whereas this is more browny green. So I'm going to take Dirty Martini on this Furless Pro 2E brush, just use that to buff out underneath the eye. I'm going to take a little bit of that through the crease on that little brush. Now I just kind of wiped off the 175, and I'm going to tap a little bit of daffodil on the tip of that and just buff underneath and all around the blends that we've done, just to add a little more mustard. Just going to take that foundation brush and just lightly swipe upwards with that, just to make sure the blend is going the right direction. When I'm doing this, I'm very, very lightly touching the skin with it. Take the tattoo liner and just do the tiniest, thinnest line that I can, just to get really close to the band of the lashes. I'm literally just gonna lean this on my actual lashes and follow that along, just so it gives you a little bit of a base on your lash line. Curl my lashes a little bit. This is just the e.l.f. lash curler. Just apply the Milk Kush mascara. Even though I usually don't use this as my bottom mascara, I am going to use it today because we've blown out the darkness so far. Even if this mascara does smudge underneath, you're probably not going to be able to see it. So for cheeks, I have been using this color from the Saucebox Etude palette a lot lately. The color is, I think the color is Almond. This has been my replacement color for Makeup Geek Love Triangle, I believe, is the one that is discontinued. This palette I used a ton for Halloween, and I was using this color here a lot for a ghouly kind of contour. For highlighter, I'm going to be taking this color Blissful from Ofra just on the tip of this brush, and I'm just going to apply a real little amount just to the cheekbone right there. Just enough to give a little bit of a glow, but I don't want to add too much color to the cheeks. That's why I've gone with a neutral contour and kind of a skin colored highlight, because we've already got so much color going on the eyes. For the lips, I'm going to take this Ink Ovulation June color. This is almost like a yellowish undertoned nude. Add a little bit of Kat Von D Bow and Arrow just to mix it in with the lip. Just for a finishing touch, I'm going to grab a little bit of this Daffodil, smoke out that outer corner there. And I'm just going to use my foundation brush just to stamp in the edges and make sure it all melds well into the skin. Just also going to add a little bit of the Lip Gloss Boss Send Nudes lip gloss into the center. Well, that is my mustardy olivey eyeball look. I realized that it is very similar colors to my actual eyeballs, so it doesn't necessarily make them pop, but I do think that they're complementary with each other. Every single time that I've ever put green and yellow on my eyes since I started makeup, I always think of the Australian sports uniform. So I've never really been a sporty kind of person, so every time I put it on, I'm just like, oh, I just can't get past that. So to me, this yellowy greeny eye look almost screams like Australian Olympic colors, but if you can get past that, I think it's a really cool swampy, gothy, different look if you're looking for something a little more dark and fall-like, or you know us. I'm pretty sure anyone that watches this channel doesn't really stand by seasons for makeup, but we pretty much wear this stuff all year round. I'm trying not to say I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, but I hope you did enjoy the new little things that I popped in there. I have been using the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder Foundation for about a month now, and I love it. I also really like the Milk Concealer, so I think it's probably time for me to do some kind of favorites coming up soon, because I have been trying some new products and some I've found that I super duper love. So yeah, I should have a favorites coming out quite soon for all of my fall goodies that I'm obsessed with. So you guys know the drill. Make sure you like this video if it helped you in any way, and subscribe if you haven't already for more always vegan and always cruelty-free makeup tutorials and fashion and all of that fun stuff. And I shall see you guys very soon for my next video.